So hi there, how are you? I'm Jashin Kapani. I'm the founder and CEO of Amdecon Design. We are in the business of design, supplying, and manufacturing, including customizing interior solution products, corporate gifting items, and a whole lot of accessories from the world of design, architecture, retail, and stuff like that. So we have sofas, we have lamps, we have mirrors, we've got consoles, we've got art installations and stuff, and some of the work is inspired from sports like golf. There's a theme from shipping, which is products which are in the form of ships and everything and all that. And of course, when it comes to corporate gifting, most of the stuff is pretty premium and luxury in finish and look. So we've got folding hands, we've got horses, we've got different concepts and stuff. When it comes to lamps and stuff, we've just recently introduced a new range, which is actually the choice of a lot of showrooms and stuff like that, and they're being picked up for projects. We have smaller products also in semi-precious stone items and stuff like that, like cutlery, like coasters, like trays, like soda openers and stuff like that. The bigger ones is obviously furniture, not in semi-precious stone, only selective items in those. Uh, and in the regular stuff that we do in designer work is actually sofas, three-seaters, two-seaters, single seaters, loungers. Then we have consoles, center tables, business tables, conference room chairs, and concepts which are done around that and stuff. We have extremely nice architectural lighting as well, which is like chandeliers and stuff. Then there are these simple designs in linear and round and stuff. So the list goes on and stuff because depending on the project and depending on the need of the client and stuff or the customer, some of the stuff is actually made on order and stuff. And I'm the founder and the CEO, so I'm the brainwave, and I bring with myself about 24, 25 years of experience. I've been in branding, marketing, PR, corporate communication, and not to forget the most important, which is international retail and design and marketing and stuff like that. So there's also a shift in my career, which is actually uh, which has now led me into entrepreneurship and stuff. So in that, I do a lot of interesting stuff. I do drumming along with the Delhi Drum Circle. Then I from time to time, am engaged in community service. I've sponsored food, distributed food to hospitals, to community children and stuff. I also do this in my whatever way for dogs and stuff. And what else? So there's a lot of other interesting stuff. I participate in forums. I do my thought shares and everything. And there are lots and lots of talks and thought shares I've been a part of at a lot of places. And the list goes on and stuff. So this is not an introductory message about me. It's actually about a very focused share, since we are starting on a Monday tomorrow, and I'm all excited about it and stuff. So before I actually hit the sack and stuff, I'm doing a share here about breaking down your tasks into smaller. Breaking down your projects into smaller tasks and stuff. This is unedited, so for real. I'm doing a unpracticed hot share, and unlike a few celebrities and other people, I do not go by scripts and stuff like that. But I write my own stuff, and I share with my personal experiences and stuff like that. And of course, with the help of Google and other, media and stuff like everybody else, I also work on improving my shares and stuff like that. But most of it is on the spot and stuff normally. Yeah. So now the point is this, that the basic approach for any person to break a project in task is important, is because first of all, the more detailed you get, the more easier your task becomes. When you have a time and a date in front of a task you have to do, it becomes a lot easier. When you know the number of people you have to email, you can do that, or you can get it done. You can delegate it. You can write it on your own. And with AI and everything, the life of a lot of people has become a lot easier. It's going to be simplified work and stuff like that. So now when it comes to taking a final sweep on our calendar and stuff, we have to kind of understand the importance of a 24 by 7 timeline, which is for everybody, looking at the topmost global leaders and the ministers to the person who's maybe like a guard or a driver. Everybody has the same time, but the point is the volume of the work and everything differs and stuff like that. So it's very important to break your task down into details and stuff, because you will actually be able to understand which are the more high priority ones, which are the priority ones, and which are the not so important ones and stuff. So your energy and your time is kind of you know shared during the day depending on that. And then of course what's very important is that you have to understand that your work and how you spend your day is a accumulation of your choices and stuff like that. I'm saying this with an example I have here. So there is a lady I'd met, and she'd basically launched an architectural and a design firm of hers with her husband and stuff. This is a true story. And as we got talking and stuff, she would look a little unhappy and stuff because she had too much of work piling up and everything. They're just started, so the time allocation and finishing work on time and everything was becoming a little complicated for her. So on certain days, she would go back and she would complain to her husband, and she would say, you know what, I'm so done with it, and this is like a timeless job. We don't know when we are coming. We don't know when we are going. So she used to do these shares like I do sometimes. Not that I complain and stuff, but generally she would talk about being a focused taskmaster, and she would also talk about kind of including stuff where there would be joy. So on certain days, she would be bogged down because of the heavy work on the computer, city travel, and stuff like that. And she would actually end up making a comment sometimes to her husband, saying stuff like, "I'm done with it." I do that a lot of times as well. So she had the same language. I'm done with it on certain days. I can't do this anymore. I've done my bit and all that. And all I do is work hard and stuff like that. And if there is so much of joy that I talk about and I share, I don't seem that to be kind of being a part of my life and stuff. So why was this happening? This was happening because she was all over the place. She was scattered. She was scattered. She was doing events. She was doing talk shows. She was doing her own feeds. She was she was making her own creations and stuff. She was kind of also the brainwave like me to a lot of projects and stuff like that. So she didn't have time for herself. So her fitness took a toll, her health took a toll and stuff, and she reduced big time. People actually started thinking that she's unwell and stuff and all that. And then she was like putting her hands up on certain days and saying, I can't do it because I just am not able to kind of cope up with this and all that. I remember her husband's reaction. He would say something like, if you want to kind of quit, it's okay, because this is something which you've chosen. It's a choice that you and I took collectively a few years back. So if you want to quit and stuff, that's okay. We can still go on, and you can come back whenever you're comfortable and stuff. So have you had these kind of situations happening? It's happened in my life. I see it happening in my friend's life, and I see this happening with a lot of people, that after a point of time, people are kind of throwing it at each other for the choices they've made. They are kind of disgusted with how probably their families are, or how their children are, or how the seniors are. They're thankless around it and stuff like that. So why does all of that happen? That happens because people do not want to understand that it's a choice that they've made, and rather than kind of acknowledging it and taking accountability for it and maturing enough to understand and say that, hey, I made the choice, I chose the college, I chose the job, I chose my partner, I chose my apartment, I chose my car, I chose to be in this city, I chose to be with these people and stuff. There's this blame game thing happening and stuff, and you see this in the offices and stuff, that people are unhappy with their job profiles and stuff like that. So what happens as a result of that? A lot of people quit and leave. So what is the learning and lesson for people behind the scenes calling the shots and stuff? You've got your HR framework and your manuals in place and stuff like that. So there is no room for complaint or grievances and stuff like that. Okay. So now if you were to look at it from her point of view, it's actually something which should kind of play in our head and in our minds also when you're doing a work or you're making a choice. Okay, so let's say you've taken up a job in advertising, let's say you've taken up a job in, let's say, PR, let's say you've taken up a job in global communication, let's say you've taken up a job with the media, let's say you've taken a choice to work for an NGO. So the point is this, that these are decisions where that sometimes in many countries including ours, people are or adults are kind of mentored by their parents, but there are lots of families and organizations and stuff in colleges where there is already counseling happening, so people and children are really sharp. So coming back to the point is that if you keep complaining and if you keep saying that you don't have enough time, or if you do not have the inclination to do something, if you're always you're always short of doing something new, then it's a point and it's a question on your own capabilities and stuff like that. So rather than blaming people and stuff like that, you got to kind of break down your projects into tasks. So let's say I have to let's say I have to design. Okay, so let's say I have to design. So let's say I have to basically make a proposal tomorrow for a client of mine. So what do I do? So first I'm going to write down what's the task all about, what time do I have to finish it off, what is the content going to be all about, and what is the what is the objective of this and stuff, and I'm going to make my business projections